Sean and Joe, another episode ready to go. They're gonna talk about the good and the trash and anything in between. Cherishing make-believe, get ready for Halloween. It's the horror show. I know you missed those guys. Tune in and find out what's on their list tonight. They butcher and dissect, take apart and mutilate. Listen to your two favorite brainiacs communicate. It's the horror show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Show. The show that dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
Hello, Joe. How you doing?
What's going on?
Oh, man. I'm just living. Boy, what a reaction to our Halloween Kills episode. We appreciated most of the feedback. All the feedback was appreciated. We love you. And it was nice to see people disagreeing and agreeing all about the same shit. And
yeah,
that's the fun of it, right? Like, you see some of these like news sites and they get like, you on Twitter, it's just a fucking mess of people being like, fuck you for your opinion. And honestly, on our Instagram, it was basically just like, yeah, no, I disagree with you guys, but it was like super fun to listen to.
Yeah. The outreach has been great. It has been since we came back. So like the past year has just been incredible. And it really like hit home after that episode, how we're still in contact with people from 7 years ago that still listen to everything we have to say. And all these, newer people that I've never had any interactions with, but are now messaging us. Like, it's just fucking great. I love it.
It is super cool. You know what one fan said? I think he was talking to you, or I think he messaged you and you posted it. It made me laugh so hard because the guy was like, or gal, I can't remember, was like, hey, when you start the show, you say you're going to dissect, dismember, butcher, whatever the fuck I say. Like, what are people really expecting? And I was like, holy shit, like all of these negative reviews that are like, hey, what the hell? Like, I've never actually thought about that we say that at the beginning of every single episode.
I never did either. It like opened the door and be like, wait, we do give a warning. Like, you know what? Fuck you for not understanding that.
Every single episode, we're like, by the way, and we say your favorite and not so favorite. We're going to make fun of everything. Like, I've never actually thought about that before, and I was like, holy shit, that makes me hate all of these other people so much more. But anyway, no, that was actually eye-opening to me. I was like, holy shit, it made me feel a lot better.
No, I agree.
And then we also had, oh my God, I wanted to shout this guy out because he had probably my favorite comment. Oh, it was the one I sent to you. He was like, he said something like super funny. He was like, Oh, he called them franchise. Fuck, what did he call it? Franchise fundamentalists. This guy, because of our warning, he was like, appreciated your warning and like blah, blah, blah. He's like, but you're still going to be murdered for sure by a franchise fundamentalist. Meaning like these people that hardcore protect franchises, like by any means, like blindly, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, that's such a fucking amazing term. Franchise fundamentalists. Because they're out there.
For sure.
Fucking, that's crazy. Franchise fundamentalists. What else do we have to talk about to start this episode besides talking about the movie Hauntedween?
Hauntedween.
That I don't want to really fucking chat about.
Well, so I guess we can give a warning. I'm not going to share my thought on Hauntedween just yet, but we might not have a lot to talk about, so it might be a more loosey-goosey second half of the episode.
Yes. What were the other things? Sorry, I'm drinking wine. What were the other things we wanted to discuss? I know I mentioned on the
Patreon episode 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Good, because I also don't remember.
I was like, save that for the main episode.
Yeah, because I remember you saying that now that you just said that. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, I know what it was. The 7 days of Halloween.
That's right.
What we're going to watch.
You told me to think about it. I obviously did not.
Well, anyway, listen. Hauntedween was actually suggested to us by Andrew Ramsey many moons ago in our first run as a Patreon pick. Andrew Ramsey, I'm pretty sure still listens to us, and I love that guy. So hopefully he still listens to us because, listen, buddy, you got your Patreon pick. So Thanks for this, buddy. Buster.
So I texted you when I was like 5 minutes into the movie. I just said, "Are you fucking serious with this movie?" Sean, here's a take. I fucking liked it.
Okay, so I'm not far behind you on it. Okay, so we'll definitely.
So I do want to say I don't think it makes for a great episode just because the first modern day kill doesn't take place until 55 minutes in. It's only an hour and 17 minutes long. So not a whole lot happens between that, which is insane for me to say that I like this. I don't know how they pulled it off. I thought the end was actually pretty fun, but like the middle was so stupid and worthless that I kind of fucking enjoyed it.
Joe, the middle, nothing happens. Nothing fucking happens in this movie.
We watch a literal stand-up routine from frat guys
for 45 minutes. It's just jokes and fucking bits and punchlines. But like you said, the last 15, and I know we've exaggerated a lot on this show. It's what we do. But this is genuine. I could not believe that I looked up and I was like, dude, they only have 15 minutes left. And I don't think anything's happened yet. Like we're still missing all the kills. Everyone's still alive. And you could feel it. Like you knew that they were all going to die eventually, but they hadn't even started that yet. And you were like, oh, what the fuck is going to happen?
What are you doing? Like what is the end game? And then also the Hall of Fame ending.
Insane.
A top 5 laugh out loud funny ending.
dude, it is second to Iced. I'd put this ending second to Iced.
You know what? I think I agree with that.
Second to Iced. all time GOAT ending. Unbelievable ending. Honestly, I laughed out loud. Because
I did too.
I started taking notes, like assuming it was going to keep going, and then it just credits rolled.
And like to laugh out loud when you watch something by yourself, like I didn't subject Tina to this because I just thought it wasn't going to be good.
Right.
So like usually I think things are funny, but I don't laugh out loud. And I was honestly like doubled over. Like, this is how you're going to end this.
It's such like. I don't know how you sit there as a director and you're like, yeah, that's good. Like, we'll just wrap it up here. Close up shop. That seems like a good enough ending for everyone.
I mean, it's funny because that's probably what happened. Because this movie is very much do it yourself, right? This is low budget movie from Kentucky. None of these guys have any clue what they're doing whatsoever. And I think I don't think they had an ending written. And at one point they were like, so how are we going to wrap this up? And they're like, well, I guess this is the only solution.
Well, I have so much to say. All right. First, let's talk about a couple things because I have notes on here for
the theme song.
No. Before the movie, something else. All right. First of all, I want to shout out Molly R and Lexi M, who found me in Salem, and that still blows my mind that we have fans that like come up to you and talk to you, and it was amazing. It was amazing, and thank you guys both. Molly and her boyfriend came out, and like it just blows my mind, like the way Molly was like. I'm not trying to like put her on the spot, so hopefully she doesn't feel bad about this. But like, she was like staring at me in awe as I spoke, and she's like, "I can't believe like this is your voice. This is the voice I listen to." And even her boyfriend was like, "Yeah, that's what happens. He talks into a microphone." And she's like, "Yeah, but like this is his real voice in person." And he's like, "Yeah, no, that's what it is." So it was like super sweet to like meet them, and I really appreciated them. Molly wants us to do Darkness Falls, which is that fucking Tooth Fairy movie, and I completely
we talked about that recently. Yeah, we should do like some of those early 2000s horror movies because we did Valentine. Is that what it's called? Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we did Valentine. I think it was called. I don't know what it's called.
Snorianus.
Yeah, fucking idiot. Yeah, no, Darkness Falls is definitely on the list. I think we need to do that for sure. Let me make sure it's on our notes. And got a talking to by both of these young ladies about our fucking Peanuts take. Not fans of our Peanut take.
They meaning that they like Peanuts?
They loved it. Yes, they love Peanuts.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the normal reaction.
I know. That's what I told him. I was like, please don't feel bad. Like, you know, we're obviously like Peanuts are fucking everywhere. And Stacey Beth gave me some shit on Instagram. I was just gonna bring up Stacey Beth. Yeah. Not thrilled about our take. But you know, we're just us. We can't be anybody else but ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Peanuts fucking. Amy Amanda Smith chewed me out for the Peanuts take. Like, Peanuts has its fan base. It does. Obviously, you know, the fucking big ass blimps on the Macy's parade. So obviously somebody likes them.
Fucking Hallmark sells 8 million Peanuts things a year. I get it. Everyone loves
Peanuts.
them.
Peanuts is. I mean, who the fuck reads like the Sunday Funny? You know how they used to call them the Sunday Funnies? Yeah. I would assume a criteria to be part of the Sunday Funnies is to be fucking funny. There's never once a single Peanuts comic strip that I've ever read that I've even like grinned at. You know, it's just Lucy being a piece of shit to Charlie, and then Snoopy flying on a doghouse.
Isn't the like first Peanuts cartoon ever made? Isn't Charlie like, I'm gonna fucking end this all? He like threatens to kill himself in the first.
Is that true? Is it?
Dude, I don't know. I feel like it is. First Peanut. I know it's like super. It's super like sad. It's like not happy, which of course. Oh yeah, no, it's fucking two kids sitting on the sidewalk. And the kids are saying, oh, here comes old Charlie Brown. Good old Charlie Brown. Good old Charlie Brown. That's all they keep saying. And then as he passes them, the kid says, how I hate him. That's how you're set up to Charlie Brown.
I mean, fucking Lucy charges the kid 10 cents. She's like, hey, you want psychiatric help? Which is a crazy thing to like pitch towards kids, which I don't mean crazy. Like, we always talk about how you should be open with it, but like for kids' humor to have like a stand-up booth for a psychiatrist and then to charge him 10 cents, and when he finally shells it over, just be like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like, everybody hates you. Like, that's the advice that she gives him. There's never any like merit or like moral out of this other than everyone fucking hates Charlie Brown.
Oh, poor old Charlie Brown. Well, yeah, I got yelled at about that. But appreciate those two gals for coming out and finding me and saying hi. We also wanted to talk about, we took note of this, a couple things about Halloween Kills and the sequel Halloween Ends. So we're going to leave I don't think there's going to be like too many spoilery things in this when we talk about this, but we do need to talk about this because had we known this last week, it would have been a talking point, right? So at the end, we said that, you know, I guess Michael is supernatural now based on the events of the ending of that movie. You're like, oh, okay, so he's supernatural now. Fine. Like, if that's what we get out of this movie, if that's what this movie was meant to do, like set up Michael as a supernatural being, sure. David Gordon Green in an interview with IGN has stated that while we heard Laurie Strode try and tell us that he's supernatural, right? She was like, he gains strength from when he kills. So we were like, oh, okay.
Talk about on the show, levels up.
Right, levels up. David Gordon Green says that while she says that is not the case, and he will never make Michael supernatural. And he didn't want Michael to do anything impossible, just like slightly improbable things, like just feats of strength, essentially.
Michael's 75 years old. Everything he does in any of these movies is fucking impossible.
he confirms he's not supernatural and will never be supernatural in any movie he makes him in, which blew my
so
fucking
funny
mind.
because that's literally the only argument I was like accepting of people. Like, well, just suspend your disbelief because he's a fucking supernatural being.
Correct.
Okay, I honestly can't argue that, but you know what? Now I can. So thank you, David Gordon Green.
Yeah. Exactly. That is one of the most insane quotes. I could not believe it when I read it. And then in that article, I also learned, I had actually read this a few weeks prior, but actually a fan, I think, had sent this to me. David Gordon Green is doing the same thing with The Exorcist. So he is leaving the first one intact, and then we will follow it up with 3 additional movies extending the story of The Exorcist.
Which is really something, because The Exorcist, the demon leaves Reagan's body.
Correct.
and goes into the priest, who then fucking kills himself. So what are you extending on? It's going to be all new characters, unless you're just following Pazuzu.
Well, you know what, Joe? David Gordon Green, if there's a will, there's a way, brother.
He's going to be like, well, Pazuzu's not actually supernatural. He'd never do anything.
Pazuzu's totally real. He's just a man that inhabited the body of a child. Fucking Chucky style. Oh boy, I don't know, man. 3 movies extending The Exorcist seems like a lot.
It does. It does.
Because he's bringing back Reagan.
Right.
For sure. Like, that's his form.
And I was under the impression that the new one, it's going to take place, 40 years after the events of the first one. So you would have to bring back Reagan.
Of course he is. Like, what else are we going to do?
But to do what?
She's a Ghostbuster now.
Yeah, she's 40 years demon free. And
yeah. She's been living in the same town with a stockhold of weapons in Washington, D.C.
Building a bunker in case the demon comes back.
Yeah, I'm ready to fight him when he comes back. Pazuzu dies tonight.
Oh man, that's good. Dude, oh my god, the when he keeps screaming, "The power of Christ compels you." Yeah. Bring him back to scream, "Evil dies tonight," in a possessed person's face.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what this motherfucker does with this. This guy's gonna get.
So funny you say that. I have no interest in watching this, but at the same time, I can't fucking wait to watch it.
He's found.
I'm not anticipating it because it'll be good, but I just can't wait to watch it.
He has found the John Cena mold for filmmaking, which is like half the people are gonna love you and half the
face
people
or
are
a heel.
Yeah, you have no idea. Like, you get booed everywhere you go, but like somehow you're still selling the most merchandise out of anyone in the history of the world.
Great comparison.
Like, he is going that route and is like, you can love me and you can hate me, and I'll just take all of your money because you're all going to keep paying for this.
Yes.
To see how I fuck it up or how much you love it. Like, fuck it. The other thing real quick, and I know we got a movie to talk about, but there was just like we got so much feedback about Halloween Kills and like so much information dropped in the last week about Halloween Kills and people messaging us. So I just want to like touch one more thing, which was we found out that Halloween Ends now takes place. I've heard various things, but I've heard 2 to 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills.
Mm-hmm. Don't share our theory. I want. If it comes true, I want to drop that when it comes true.
Okay, all right, fine. Me and fuck. I think that is like the best theory. Fuck. All right, never mind. I'm gonna.
I do not want to share it now.
Okay, all right. Joe and I.
I don't want to give David Gordon Green a chance to fucking make any edits and sabotage this.
That's actually true. Because there is a weird there's a lot of weird coincidences with our show. And fucking Hollywood and all these motherfuckers. I'm just saying, we know how big our fan base is, our listener base, I should say. They're not all necessarily fans. We have a lot of like that Howard Stern, I feel. Our numbers make no sense compared to our fans. So I think there's just a lot of people hate listening to us or just stealing all of our great bits. And I mean that from a Hollywood perspective. I think they're going to steal it. I mean, Joe Bob's stolen everything we've fucking done. So fucking.
And he's what a good segue, man. Joe Bob's having a special on Friday, which coincidentally coincides with our live show.
These motherfuckers, man. I can't fucking deal with this shit. It's fucking pissing me off. Anyway. Oh.
But live show Friday.
Oh, yeah. Live show Friday. That'll be the last thing. Live show Friday. Teen Witch. Tickets are on sale. Ticket sales will close Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to allow for the Patreon members to get their free tickets. The Mangle experts, how they get their free tickets. If you need tickets and you're not Mangle expert tier, which is the highest tier, or you're not a Patreon member, head on over to ihatehorror.com and get those tickets. And you can also pre-order our merchandise. Oh, and live show, we're doing a costume party.
Yeah, dress up. And you know, kind of risky when you tell people to dress up and we're not in person.
Yeah.
So it could just be you and me in costume, but I've already gotten a bunch of messages being like, I'm thinking of what I'm going to make, or this is what I'm going to do. So it should be fun. I'm
so excited. I don't care if no one shows up in costume. I'm going to wear a costume.
I already have my costume, so.
I'm excited. So yeah, Teen Witch Friday. It'll be fun. Nice way to start your Halloween weekend. We gotta.
Oh, you want to plug Larry's?
The fucking Misfits show on Saturday?
Fuck yeah. Our buddy Larry, he does Connecticut Cult Classics, founder of the band Hatebreed.
Mm-hmm.
Every October, with the exception of last year because of COVID, he and his friends do a Misfits cover band right before Halloween, or cover show right before Halloween, and it's fucking awesome. So if you're in the tri-state area or in Connecticut for whatever reason, come to the show, man.
Yeah, come out. I'm going to get fucking real loose. It's like fucking 10 minutes from my house. I'm probably going to ride my bike there.
Yeah, I'm very kind of jealous, to be honest with you.
About my situation?
Yeah, because I have a farther ride.
You do. I'm so pumped. Fucking Uber. Oh, you know what, dude? If you want, I don't know why we're making plans on the show, but if you want,
and we have a movie to talk about.
If you want, I'll pick you up, and then you just Uber home, and then you only pay one Uber
home.
Yeah, it's like a $20 Uber.
Let's see how the live show treats me.
That's true. That's what I was worried. You're gonna have to take it easy on the live show. All right. Here's
not gonna happen.
No, absolutely not. Hey, without looking this movie up. Hauntedween. Yeah. What year would you say it was made?
1991.
Okay, you knew it was. Fuck. What year would you say it was made if you looked at the quality of it?
1971.
Completely fucking agreed. When I saw the year afterwards, I was like, get the fuck out of here. This is fucking insane. There is also... There is an Indiegogo campaign. It's unfortunately closed already. To make a Hauntedween 2. They called it Twice the Mayhem, Twice the Gore. It was created by Dusty Ferguson, who I believe is the director of this original. No, that's not true. It is not. It's just another guy. It just. Yeah, no, Dusty is not associated with this movie. Anyway,
good for Dusty.
Dusty Ferguson wanted to do it. Unfortunately, they made a total of $385 with 8 backers. So that movie.
How much?
$385.
Oh my god.
They were looking for $10K, which like to make a movie on $10,000. I don't even know how you could start that. But these poor guys. I appreciate their effort to try.
380. That's something.
Hey, he says it. The original Hauntedween was a 1990s cult classic. That debatable. That featured an That featured an
Who is this fucking guy? Let's get Dusty on the show.
That featured an intoxicating blend of Kentucky Fried comedy and horror. Okay. This is the line that I'm like waiting. All of these lines, each sentence in that was like brutal one after the other, but I was trying to get to this one, which I thought was the worst one, but now I'm debating. He says, it ended like all good horror films with the promise of a sequel.
Okay. I've actually never been more confident that a movie was wrapped up more than this one. Like, what? There was nothing left to the imagination in that ending.
This is no Sopranos ending, guys. This is case closed, baby.
You fucking watch it. You see what happens. There's nothing to even suggest that there might be another one.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry. This is funny. Unbelievable. Well, good job, guys. Sorry you couldn't make this fucking sequel that no one asked for, because it's 100% not a cult classic. So this movie, boy, it's such an interesting movie. First, let's do a thing here. You recommend this or not?
Oh man,
tough one. This is a tough one.
That is a tough question. That's way tougher than it should be.
I love a movie where you don't know whether to recommend it or not. It's so good.
I mean, I think you'd have to know who you're recommending it to.
For sure.
I mean, the answer is no. The answer is no, right? Like you wouldn't walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, you got to check this out," because then they would never talk to you again. But if you're looking for like a ridiculous mess of a horror movie, yeah, hell yeah, I'd recommend it. But the real answer is no. You wouldn't recommend this to any schmuck off the street.
I think for people that have seen all those people that have seen every horror movie ever made, those type of people, you tell them to check this out just for shits and giggles. But even today, like, I saw some people being like, recommend me a good Halloween horror movie. And it's like,
it's not. I mean, it's not this.
I just watched this, and it is a Halloween movie, but I can't recommend you watch it. But oh boy, this is great. And yeah, I like you said, like to the people that have seen, like those people that have seen everything, but they've never seen this, I think it's worth checking out,
Yes.
And it's on YouTube. If you do want to watch it, you can find it pretty easily on YouTube. Hauntedween. What a movie.
It's by no means good. it's just not. But like I said, there's something about it, and like honestly, the premise of the last like 30 minutes is fucking interesting. Like,
I loved it.
It was. It's so baffling, but it's kind of hard to like really pick apart or hate, because they did it with like just a bunch of friends. Like, it must have been filmed in one weekend, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They have like one set that they're on,
and it's baffling because I think they have like a straight line for this story, right? And
right,
it's fine. That story is good. I like it, and I like the premise of like where the kills happen. Basically, I guess is how you'd say that, right? Like where the action takes place.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the setup's fine. It's just what they do between the setup and the meat of the movie. That's really the problem here. But I think they had like, man, that's why it's weird and frustrating, because they knew where they were going with it, but it felt like at the end they were like, oh shit, we gotta finish this movie. And then when they were editing it, they were like, they must have just been like, we don't have enough to like spread this out. But don't worry, we filmed a lot of shots of old Hanksy or whatever the fuck his name is, doing his best Jeff Foxworthy bits.
I wish he was doing You Might Be a Redneck bits.
Dude, it's so fucking close to that. It's actually insane. And it's absolutely insane. And he's just like, it's basically like, there's your sign. Like, that's basically the end of all of his fucking bits. Like, it's nuts. Dude, he has a punchline for everything. It's absolutely crazy. There's
I can't believe Jeff Foxworthy existed. Like, just
Joe
doing hour-long specials would be like, you might be a redneck, and then just saying things that the fucking idiot people do.
killing their audience. Dude, you can't believe he existed. I can't believe that, like, he was at his height, like, when we were young in the early 90s. I can't believe that in the early 2000s, it somehow became okay again. And this time he had Larry was that his name? Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy.
And Bill Engvall doing the same shit with him and touring the country, probably the globe, honestly. Like, Bill Engvall, there's your sign. Like, are you kidding me? It's the same bit as Foxworthy, except he just changed the words. There's your sign.
Apologies to anyone if they hear me sniffling. I'm having a crippling allergy attack.
No, I think they hear me sniffle all the time. Because for some reason, when I drink, I like get a runny nose. It's fucking insane. Fucking child. Actually, I think it's like something about me talking. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. But yeah, I don't tell my doctor shit. So. Isn't it weird, like, when a doctor's like, I still feel like a child, so when the doctor's like, how much do you drink a week? I'm like, oh, like, nothing. Like, why am I lying to him? I should probably tell him how much I drink. So, Hauntedween, I don't even remember what we were just talking about. We just took a break for Joe's nose. I think we're just talking about Bill Engvall, but...
Yeah, but that's correct. I don't think we can say anything about the movie.
There's your sign. So not a lot to talk about in terms of the production of this movie. Not a lot of information available about it. It's a dig deep to find information on. And that's what I felt was so promising about it. I love seeing a movie where like you can't find like no one knows about it. There's no like leaked copies of it. It took me forever to find a copy, and it's just like it's just a mess. Like you don't know. It's just so under the radar. So I love finding a movie like this. I'm just trying to look at something real quick. Sorry for the delay. The gore pretty solid, but yeah. I'm looking at
it is for the budget and for, you know, just the type of movie that it is. Some of the kills are pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have liked to, you know, fucking see more of them.
Well, that would have been great. But yeah, no, I was just pulling up IMDb to be like, wait, did they have any trivia on this? And they don't.
Yeah, of course not.
There's just nothing about this. It's just a low budget flick. So let's hop into this. The movie starts with like some of the most nonsensical stuff I've ever seen with like, it's kind of like killer POV, but that actually has nothing to do with the movie. It's just footage that they started the movie with. And then it says
also the reddish hue I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
On film.
It's so weird. It's so weird. And they start the movie and it says they love title cards in this. There's more text on the screen than I just explain, dude. Like every 2 hours, it's like 2 hours later, and you're like, what the fuck? So the first one we get is The Night of Hauntedween, which that's not a thing. Hauntedween is not real. So that's a weird thing to say.
Can we just talk about, I'm sorry, but can we talk, it has a theme song, which is, the production of that song is infinitely better than the production of the movie, which is insane. Like, usually when you have theme songs in movies like this, you know, they're just as low budget as
Yeah.
the movie is. This is like a professionally crafted song, which means somebody took the time to like really polish themselves singing "It's a Haunted House" and "Hauntedween" over and over and over again.
That
Hauntedween.
That the mix of music in this actually blew my mind. Also, I'm just realizing Hauntedween does not even have a Wikipedia page, so that's actually insane. That's crazy to me. Yeah, no, the production and the sound is bizarre because, like you said, they have this amazing song, and then in the middle of the movie, the score turns into what I could only say is like the default pre-programmed songs on a Casio keyboard. But then later, there's more songs.
The budget for.
There's more songs later, like that they paid rights to or royalties in some way.
No, dude, there's no way. It has to be like somebody on that set that's recording that. Nobody got paid for fucking paying somebody to use a song where they're saying it's a haunted house and Hauntedween. Like, imagine approaching someone and be like, "Can I pay you to put this in the movie?" They'd be like, "Fucking please just take my song and put it in your movie."
No one's listening to this song. Oh my god. So we open to the night of Hauntedween in Regawas, Kentucky. Good old Regawas, Kentucky. A killer in what I can only describe as a fucking Troll 2 mask or a Rob Galuzzo mask, depending on which way you view it. In sweatpants, chasing a little girl around. And you're really unsure of what's happening in this moment, but it like kind of pans out and you see the room and it says the kill room on it. You don't know what happens here, but something nefarious has happened. Now, the next title card reads, "The Night of Hauntedween, 2 hours earlier." So I was like, oh, that's it. That's an interesting concept. Like we're going 2 hours. That's it. Till the killer's out and on the loose. Well, we meet Eddie, who from the jump is wearing the mask of the attacker. So I was like, oh, that must be like a little swerve here, right? Like maybe the killer steals this kid's mask or something. That is not the case. Eddie is a teenager and immediately turns into like a murderer for reasons unknown to the viewer. I think because he's told he can't work in the haunted house until he's older.
That's the motivation. Yeah, that's the motive.
The boss of the haunted house.
Because he's just like, yeah. Honestly, the guy wasn't even a dick to him.
No,
if I remember correctly. He was just like, hey, I'll gladly hire you in a couple of years. And then we just watch Eddie be like, welcome to the house of horror 1,000 fucking times. By himself outside.
Dude, and you're 100% right. The owner of the this is a haunted house that they're at. I think he even apologizes to Eddie, being like, "Hey, Eddie, I'm sorry. Like, I can't hire you. You're not old enough to work in the haunted house yet." Like that's the extent of it. And then Eddie.
It seems like everybody likes Eddie, right? We even get like people driving up and be like, "Hey, it's Eddie," and like he's talking to him. So he seems like a well-liked, respected kid.
Yeah, and then Eddie crawls into the crawl space of the house, which. Never, like, no one wants to be in the crawl space. But also, somehow that crawl space, like, brings you into the air vent, which is not how houses work, but that's okay. And it allows him to crawl in. And like Joe said, he's just saying, "Welcome to the house of horror," over and over and over again. That has nothing to do with anything. I don't know why he's saying that. Eddie's in the house. He leads a little girl into what I presume we just watched 5 minutes ago. And as I was typing this, that turns out to be completely true. This is only 10 minutes into the movie. We had a 2-hour flashback to show us what we were watching at the beginning of the fucking movie. And I was like, this was when I was like, are you serious with it? This is nuts. Dude, showing us a clip and then being like 2 hours earlier. And then it's literally 5 minutes before the events of what we just saw. We're adding nothing to it. And we see him kill this little girl. But in a weird thing too, he kind of like scares her and she falls back into this like giant wooden spear impaling her.
Yeah, he doesn't like intentionally kill her in this scene. He just tries to scare her and she gets impaled and dies, which is fine.
Well,
like,
but then, okay, thank you.
But then he fucking decapitates her. So like he did not kill her. It didn't even appear that he meant to kill her up until that point. He just scared her. And like even he had like a shocked look on his face because you watch the blood come out of her mouth and they're just like, oh fuck. So you think like maybe that's what, you know, sets him off, or like he lives in grief and loses his mind. But no, they just cuts her head off.
For a second, oh man, that was an incredible buildup by you. Because for a second, I was like, wait, did Joe miss this part? Because like, the way you sold that is perfect. Because that's exactly how it felt watching the movie, where you were like, is this? Okay, so he's innocent. Something's gonna happen. He'll get.
Yeah, he didn't push her. He did not try to.
No.
All he did was scare her.
Fucking cuts off her head and then gets like a fucking an old money shot of blood to the eyes. Fucking shoots him in the fucking eyeball with blood. And that swerve of her accidentally dying is not the case. Chops off her fucking head. Eddie runs away into a cornfield where eventually this old woman finds him and is like, we need to talk. Next title card. 20 years later, and we open with this woman who just dies as soon as we meet her. The old woman from who saved her. We don't even know who the fuck she is yet. Just fucking keels over, and as soon as
the only reason you do know is because he yells "Mama, no."
Yeah.
So I've never heard a voiceover done that way. Yeah. Usually when you do like a voiceover, you know, you add to the sound quality. Somehow they made it 1,000 times worse.
Who was the rapper that wrote "Ugh, not my mama"?
It was Curtis Blow. Okay. I thought of that too when it happened.
It's the only time I've seen the death of a mother portrayed that way. This isn't the last time, I don't think that. Oh no, this is it. This is it. Where he does like the legitimate Darth Vader no. They put like audio sound effects on him, and so it's like.
Which the audio sound effect doesn't come back into play at any point in the movie. No. Dude, to emphasize the no. Oh my god, that's fucking funny. And
also Eddie, who is now an adult, we only get ass shots of Eddie as if any of this matters. Fucking thick boy Eddie running around with a big old booty.
Yeah. Okay. I was actually going to ask you if I missed something, because when they show his face, they act like it's like a Jason reveal. You know, when he's unmasked. It's like, why do I give a shit? And also, why does he look like that?
There's nothing happens to him to cause that. So, I don't know if it happened after the fact.
Yeah, like in one of the melees or something, like trying to escape. I honestly didn't know, but yeah, we only see ass shots of him. Also, fun fact: his mom dying right now is the last death you'll see for the next 45 years.
Only thick boy ass shots and no dying scenes moving forward. Except he does say, "It's time to go home, Mama," which means nothing to us because we don't know anything about it.
You know nothing about the mom.
We go to a local college town.
The Darth Vader.
No, it's unbelievable.
Fucking insane.
More title cards telling us that we're now at a college in the same town on the same fucking day. And we are introduced to this frat house and all those frat bros, and this scene is fucking insane. It's absolutely insane. And if you thought the town from Halloween Kills, the townsfolk from Halloween Kills were brutal, wait till you see this crew, because they're all just saying shit in unison, like the South Park people we were joking about on Halloween Kills. Just chanting and saying weird shit together. But the frat basically in this scene, besides telling terrible jokes, they've run out of money. And they now need to make said money back. Now, my favorite part of this is we have to sit through 2 fundraising events by this frat. Like, just, why do you have to sit through 2 of them? We should only need the one. We should only need the one. It actually blew my mind when the plot reveals that, we'll get to it, but it's so insane, actually. I fucking love this movie, I think, actually, now that I'm...
I think I do, too. I think I would recommend this, which is so insane. Honestly, based off the fact alone that nothing happens from minute 5 to minute 50, but I don't hate it, that's impressive. That's like a victory.
It is. Yeah, that's a huge victory. The first 2 characters we meet are Kurt and Melanie, who are lovers and have a very tumultuous relationship, very toxic. And I just have to make an inside joke here to Joe, which is this poor girl, Melanie. She's just begging for Kurt's attention, just being like, could you please spend like fucking a day with me or a date with me? And Kurt's like, hey bitch, I gotta fucking go hang out with these dudes on a boat. But imagine having this issue at age 36. I just can't. These are children essentially. And yeah, I just can't imagine having that same problem at 36. But hey. The fuck do I know, Joe?
Please hang out with me. Sorry, toots.
Sorry. These guys are all on a boat together with just a bunch of guys. Oh, you're hanging out naked with me? Can we just go on the boat with these guys? It sounds like a lot more fun. We then meet Hanks, who is the Jeff Foxworthy routine. Guy. Every line he has is a gag. He cannot, everything he says, like they're like, hey, did you cut a check to the, like he's the treasurer? And they're like, and he's like, hey, I sent them money. And they're like, well, how much? And he's like, $4. Okay. Like, you're wasting my fucking time here. And it's nonstop. Everything they ask him is just like, hey, who voted you treasurer? Well, you did. I can't believe there wasn't a slide whistle in this. Honestly, I probably would have made it a little bit better. His gags keep going where they're trying to think of anything to raise money for. And all he keeps suggesting is robbing liquor stores and stealing cars, which not a great idea. But they ultimately decide to do the thing that I'm pretty sure all frats do to make money, which is charge for a party.
Exactly. Like, why was that even being brainstormed? Isn't that what you do?
I think that's the only thing they do. And fucking Kurt is like, I would never charge for a party, but I guess we'd have to. Oh, old fucking Kurt. Good old anti-capitalism Kurt, just trying to stick it to the man. I'd never charge for a party. Also drives a Corvette, but that's fine. Fucking.
Were you up there? Because it's so weird. Because we talk about college stories all the time, yeah. And I forget that you didn't go to the college. I did not go. You're just fucking always there. Were you there when Jagenberg's house tried to charge to get in?
I'm pretty
$5 entry.
What I've been at a couple.
Dude, a $5 entry to get in, which for those who are newer to the show, when we first started, we would tell Jagenberg stories. He is Bluto Blutarski, but a 6'5", incredibly jacked cokehead version.
More dangerous. Significantly more dangerous.
Loved fighting. It would just always fly off the handle. A literal cartoon character. The first time me and Paul ever met him, he was standing on top of a roof of a house, trying to get people to come up to fight. Trying to get people to come up to a roof to fight him, which is really one of the more insane things when you say that out loud. Like, why would anybody go? Whatever. But he lived in a house with a bunch of other like-minded people, so it was always just a wild experience to be at that house. you know, the college movies that you see of just like debauchery and fights, that was them. And one time, you know, they were blowing all their money, so they decided that they should start charging. There's no, like, none of those guys know how to count. None of those guys know how to fucking count. Also worth pointing out about him, he was considerably older than us. He would take one class a semester. Like he was like a Van Wilder. And none of those guys could do any simple math. So it was just like chaos and then like fights amongst themselves, because within like 5 minutes, people were asking for change, you know, not who carries fives on them. They're fucking college students. So as soon as they show up, they're like, well, can you break this 10? And then they're like, well, I don't know. And then they're just yelling at each other. And it's just fucking chaos while there's a mob of people trying to get inside this shitty little house. So the point of that being, college kids asking for money to get to a party is both a smart idea, but also
the worst.
You have to be like intelligent to pull it off.
Because like what I was going to say was, I don't know if I had been to that one, but I remember going to at least 2, maybe 3, where I was at the door and immediately people were like, I'm not going to fucking pay. And like the people running the party don't know even what to do at that point, because they're not fucking bouncers. They just fucking rent the house and they want people there.
Yeah, it's sort of throwing the party. You can't have a party if people aren't there.
Yeah, you end up never paying. You just kind of push your way through, and they're like, oh, you fucking asshole. And you just, like, yeah, whatever.
So many times I've been like, I already paid you, remember? And like, well, I guess you're, because they don't remember. They don't fucking know.
They're not doing stamps. They're not doing stickers. They're just like, I'm actually pretty sure that's what somebody said to me, like, the first time I went up there and did that. They were like, just say you were already paid. And I was like, how? Really? And they were like,
probably
yeah.
me. That's said that to you.
And I was like, okay. It was fucking baseball house. Which I wish I didn't go in. I wish I had rather just not gone at all. But whatever. Hey, listen, these guys have a good idea. They're gonna run a party, right?
Yeah.
Oh god, I left. Oh, so they're gonna charge for a party. Meanwhile, Kurt and his girlfriend are experiencing relationship issues. Kurt and Mel. Mel, all she wants is his fucking attention, and this guy just refuses to give it to him. A boat pulls up with, this is not exaggeration, there's 2 topless girls on that boat, and there are 18 men on that boat, being like, let's fucking go. And Kurt is like, dude, his girlfriend is topless on the pier, they're hanging out alone, and he's like, oh god, I don't know what to do here. Totally fucking bamboozled. He does not know what to do. And also, they're driving the boat drunk, which alone, I don't even care who's on the boat. I'd be like, the guy like pops, like the guy's like, who's driving? And a drunk guy pops up holding a cup being like, I'm your captain. Like, purposefully being as drunk as possible. And you're just like, okay. And Kurt's like, hey, Mel, should we go on the boat? And she's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Ultimately, they don't, but they do end up taking a drive to go to the old Berber house. The first time we'll hear that term, which is the haunted house from the beginning.
From the beginning, yep.
It's the same house. They kind of scope it out, but nothing more than that. And they leave. Back at the frat, and by the way, we are skimming over this. So much happens in between, so much and so little happens.
There's a love triangle.
There is like a whole story. Like it's just nonstop talking. Like we're skipping over parts. A lot of
it is planning their fundraiser, which again, like I said at the beginning, I don't think it makes for a great episode, because so much of this is just them planning for which is what leads us to the ultimate payoff.
Which, Joe, also, the first quarter of it, more than that probably, first third of it is them planning the first event, which actually does not impact the movie whatsoever.
Yeah, because then they realize they need a second one.
Right. They do a first event, which doesn't.
That's actually so funny. That's so funny.
And it's so long.
Wasting your time. Wasting your time with that just to be like, well, fuck, I guess we got to do this, which will actually progress the story along.
It's actually nuts when you think about it. This whole setup at the beginning for this party, and you think like we're all on board with this, right? They've gone to the house, they're throwing a party. Okay, the party is when shit's gonna pick up. No, the party goes off without a hitch. They just don't make enough money. So then we go to the second fundraising party.
With a lot, we get to watch a live performance from a band too, which it has to be the same group that did the Hauntedween song.
It absolutely is, and I don't even remember their name. I think they were called like The Wave or something.
Oh, it's something. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. But back at the frat, we're at the party. We're watching that happen. We're watching a lot of nothing else happen. There's like 5 people doing a party trick where they're eating cigarettes.
The Side. Sorry, it just came to me. They're called The Side.
The Side, yes. Yeah. But we see this 5 people doing this party trick of eating a cigarette that if I saw anyone do that, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, what are you guys doing? This is psychotic. You're one of you is going to go to the hospital. But and Kurt and Mel are back from their trip, which, you think they're on kind of good terms, but Mel's like, you're a piece of shit. And that's the end of Mel and Kurt for the moment. But something does come out of this party, which is fucking Eddie shows up.
He does.
And he talks to Mr. Here's Your Sign guy. And he does not kill anyone. He goes up to this guy and is like, hey, you guys should use the old Berber house and make a haunted house. Here's a key. Go use it. And he says this exactly. I hope you make lots and lots of money. Imagine somebody saying, dude, that is the biggest red flag I've ever heard. I hope you make lots and lots of money. I'd be like, I'm calling the police immediately. Something is afoot here.
I also love from a filmmaking perspective that in order to tell your story, you have to make the villain show up and be like, hey, check out this. He's a fucking Scooby-Doo villain.
Hey, check out this house where everyone got murdered in. Definitely a great place for a party. And also, I live there. I own it. And I'm part of your frat. And they're all like, that totally adds up. They're like, that's what a great guy. Dude, as if frats don't have a book of like every single person that ever went there. You know what I mean? Like, like all they do is send out like fucking notices to give them money for like help paying for shit. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Also, like, they know that I actually, now that I'm saying this, doesn't when Kurt goes to the Berber house earlier, isn't he like, this place has been abandoned for like 30 years?
Yes.
Anyway, what a plot. So the party's over, and now they're immediately going to throw another one and make a haunted house to make money. So we get another 20 minutes of that. And yeah, so they go into the house, they have the key, they start decorating. Fucking Eddie is like hanging out in the house wearing weird fucking masks. Like sort of watching them, but
yes.
He looks like a fucking Hills Have Eyes character in this one scene. I was actually like really hopeful. I was like, holy shit. Like, is that his face? But it wasn't. It's just a mask he wore. You get a montage of everyone working, having a good time, fixing up the place. And then we go to a campfire after all the hard work is done. And a man sings a rendition of Freebird that was genuinely offensive. It was appalling. I've never heard any. How could you not find a single person on staff that could just play like a couple chords from a song? Or sing. Or like one or the other. Like, it was insane. This guy tries to play guitar. Or
cast the guy from the band that was in there, you know?
Fucking, that's fucking great point. It was actually appalling that they had 2 people sing and play guitar in this scene, and neither of them could do either of those things. It was terrifying. Anyway, one of the girls, Debbie, she tells the tale of the Berber house, which I guess some people didn't know about. And how the little boy killed the little girl and then disappeared. And then the best conversation in movie history between two people that we've never seen in this movie at all. But they decide to have this conversation openly to everyone who, like, it's almost like they're doing like a scene for an audience, which is their group of friends, because the group of friends are just reacting to the way they're talking to each other, right? As if it's like a 2-man show. And the guy's like, yeah, I think the little girl cut off her own head and blamed the little boy. Okay, this is a stupid joke, but it's a joke nonetheless. But then the girl goes, no one would cut off their own head. What? Being totally serious. Then the guy goes, speaking of head, let's go swimming. What? And then she says, I don't have a swimsuit. And he goes, I don't want to go swimming with your swimsuit, Joanne. And that is the end of the conversation. And the whole the audience, which is just their group of friends, is just like, whoa! After every line, they're like, holy shit.
Dude, the headline was, I mean, it was set up for him to slam dunk. And he fucking fumbled. Like, go swing? What the fuck are you talking about?
Any other woman would be like, okay, you just fucking ruined your chances with that.
Yeah,
like,
you fucking blew it.
I was totally ready to blow you, and then you fucking offer to go swimming, you fucking dumb piece of shit. Fucking idiot. Anyway, well, those kids go swimming, and finally we get a kill scene, but this will be it for a while. I
actually forgot about this one.
The two college kids go swimming, and the fucking bow hunk gets a knife through the neck and hung in the tree by the.
Oh no! Knife. Yeah. This is the 51-minute mark.
Yeah, no, this is 51. But then we'll go another 10, 20 minutes until the next one, don't we?
I don't think it was that long.
Okay.
It's only an hour
10 minutes. It's 10 minutes after. Okay, because if this is 51...
Okay, well, yeah, because it has to set up the actual plot of the movie, which is like the main event of the movie.
We've been missing out on for the last hour. So this is 50 minutes in. We're 50 minutes in. This happens. And then the real kills start happening. Or no, not even. Oh my God. Dude, with less than 20 minutes remaining is when real kills start happening.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Because I have oh my God, that's so crazy. Anyway, so he kills this guy. By the way, this dude is like 6'7". He's fucking enormous. He would have just fucking murdered Eddie. By the way, this guy is huge. But Eddie takes him out. And then Eddie then kills the girl who's like trying to swim in the lake. And then carries her into the lake like the fucking creature from the Black Lagoon. He picks her ass up and then just starts walking into the lake as if he lives there. What was the weirdest scene? He fucking walks off into the lake, just never to be heard from again. But that's not true because Eddie is now in the haunted house painting the kill room again on the same room that he had made the kill room in when he was just a boy. Back at the house again, like, dude, they're just like wasting time. It's so crazy. Kurt has a random scene. This is the love triangle part of what Joe was talking about because Kurt and Mel, I think that was her name, broke up. And now Mel is like hanging out with this other guy who's in the frat. And Kurt's like, hey, don't hang out with her. She's too stupid to know what she's doing. This is basically what he's saying. I'm not condoning what he's saying. But he's like, she can't make up her own mind. She's an idiot. You just have to give her space and then she'll come back to me. And then this guy's response to him is like, you know what? I wasn't going to fuck her, but now I am. Which you think would set Kurt off to murder him. And then Kurt just stands up and is like, boy, that really makes me want to hurt you. And then just walks away. Good job, Kurt, standing up for yourself there. And then we get a real-time walkthrough of the haunted house. The haunted house opens that night. And again, we have 20 minutes left in the movie at this point.
Yes.
Nothing has happened. And now we're getting a real-time walkthrough of the haunted house, which I understand these scenes because, again, like this all just should have happened a little bit earlier. Because what they're setting up for is like, oh, these are the scenes that the people are walking through and seeing, because what we're going to see is the killer use these scenes to trick people into thinking that what they're seeing is fake, when in reality, this guy's killing people in front of children and people and like families, which is fucking great.
Yeah.
I love
that movie. The movie came out, 2 years ago, Haunt, where people are in a haunted house and like, you don't know if they're being actors, and it turns out they're not. They're trying to kill people at their haunted house. It's a great premise. And then I like this one, like you just said, he's putting on a show for people. So at one point you have a girl tied to a chair, and he's on actually, I really do like this movie. He's ripping off the duct. He has their mouths duct tape so they can't say anything. And he rips off the duct tape, and they're like, please help me. Like, this is real. He's about to kill me. And the kids watching it are all cheering, being like, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is so realistic. That's a cool concept, man.
That is. I love it. Like,
and then Eddie fucking dances after every time to the audience.
Eddie is a true showman.
Dude, Eddie is definitely a true showman.
Eddie is a true showman. Yeah, I love that. And the kids being like, she's such a good actress, like talking about the girl. And like, it's true. Like, I fucking dug that. So they do a walk.
It's such a Leslie Nielsen moment when Leslie Nielsen's the umpire in Naked Gun.
Oh my God.
When he calls strike, and like he hears the crowd reaction, and he just keeps being more and more energetic.
Yes.
Moonwalking. That is what Eddie is doing after every kill.
It absolutely is. And that's funny because there is a baseball moment in this, which I thought was like you said, very Leslie Nielsen-esque, like to bring in baseball. Like, okay, let's just talk about it. So we basically get the setup for what's going to happen, right? We see the haunted house. We see all of the stages of the haunted house, but everyone's like, basically like, this kind of sucks, right? Because it's college kids being like, and like not making any sense whatsoever. And then Eddie finally does show up by knocking a guy. Well, actually, dude, I fucking love this scene too. Eddie erotically pumping that keg for that guy. Guy's like, thanks, brother. Fucking Eddie's just pumping it slow and hard, and then punches him in the fucking face. Punches him in the face, drags him into the kill room. And on the next set of tours, we finally get to see Eddie torturing the people. So he's taken the first room of the haunted house and basically just set it up to actually murder these people. And I fucking love it.
Yes.
He does kill the one girl in the chair. I forget how he kills her, but I think he just... Oh my God. He fucking
chainsaws the back of her neck.
Yes! One of the most insane things I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, maybe he did the back of her neck, because he doesn't totally decapitate her. He leaves her head on.
No, he doesn't decapitate. He severs her spine.
Yeah, but the head is still on top, right?
Yeah, he just like, he cuts the back of it. So
right.
Her spine is separate.
Right. So what I'm saying is, like, I thought that he did that because he was like, I don't want them to know that it's like, I'm actually murdering these people. Right. But that goes out the window, because he then he reveals a backdrop. He like pulls a cord and a backdrop falls down of a fake baseball stadium with a count, with a ball count, and it counts balls, strikes, and kills. And he shoves a baseball into this guy's mouth that's sitting there. But then, this is what I'm talking about. Like, he doesn't, like, chop that lady's head off. He does, like, fucking fully split her, though. He uses a baseball bat and knocks this guy's head so far off. It's insane. It's fucking nuts. This guy's head goes flying. And I was like, oh, I guess he was not trying to hide what he was doing to these people. And it doesn't matter. The crowd goes
Crowd's
wild.
going nuts. Yeah, going nuts.
Crowd goes nuts. The next guy.
My favorite part about this is that he somehow was able to hook up a working electric chair.
Joe, that is the most insane thing I've ever seen. And also, somehow, that's the only guy that survives. This whole thing is the guy that gets the electric chair.
A fully functioning electric chair in this fucking house.
Like, the most you get out of it is like 20 amps. It's fucking insane. Yeah, that was my favorite. Also, my favorite is this guy that was hooking up with Mel, the new guy. This guy's got a jaw that I've never seen in my life. He looks like Bruce Campbell in Army of Darkness when his fucking chin gets sucked into the book. Like, I've never seen a chin so long in my fucking life. I swear to God, I've never seen a chin so long. It fucking looks like a lunatic.
Mac the Knight.
Oh boy. So that guy gets got. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Kirk has a change of heart with Mel, and he goes out there and not proposes. He professes his love. That's the word I'm looking for. He professes her love to Mel. Now Mel has been put through the ringer with this fucking guy, and like, she was like, oh, my friends say that if he loves me, he'll come back to me. And that never happens until this moment. So you'd think she'd be like, oh, yeah, go get bent, Kirk. Nope. This is psychotic and toxic as fuck. And she's like, oh, thank fucking God, Kirk. I knew you'd come back to me. Ay. That is not a good relationship.
Not at all.
From where I'm sitting. Anyway, while they're making out and reconnecting, Eddie pops up like from underneath them, like as if he was in between them, like a child, like in between their legs, pops up and fucking Three Stooges claps their heads together.
Bonks them together. I fucking love that.
Yo, can you imagine Eddie?
Also, those actors literally smashed their fucking foreheads.
They were absolutely concussed. Like, that was not fair or funny. That was actually cruel to do that to them. They like literally fucking clunked heads. I bet you one or both of them was crying. I would have fucking cried. My eyes would have been fucking watering. But can you imagine this guy, Eddie? Eddie's like 8 feet tall and like 300 pounds. And he's supposed to be creeping around their feet.
And they're completely oblivious to it.
Pops up and bonks their heads together.
And the more we talk about this, the more I think of Iced. Like, it's just, this whole ending is so much like Iced.
They pack a ton into this last 15 minutes. It's actually crazy. Like, I was like, how are they going to end this? This is nuts. We're not even like, it's so crazy. We're back at our next kill room. Eddie's back. But this time, it's with all of our favorite cast members. You got Kirk, you got Mel, you got the Chin, you got somebody else, I don't remember who. Mel's tied up with duct tape, and he starts cutting her. He cuts her fucking wrists. He cuts her, like, he's cutting main arteries. He cuts her fucking stomach open.
Yep.
It's
a pretty small knife too, which
it's a scalpel.
Added to it. Yeah, it kind of added to it. Like, that must have fucking hurt.
Yeah, and she's tied up. She's not going anywhere. She's got to be dead. Then he goes over to the Chin, who's set up to be hung to death, like a hanging.
Yeah,
and he hangs him.
He does. I just remembered how he gets free.
Don't even get there yet. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. So the Chin's being hung. Fucking Mel's had her wrist slit and her stomach cut open. And then Kirk's sitting in a real electric chair. And he fucking electrocutes him
Yeah.
multiple times. He like turns it on and off.
He does. He's doing like a little jig after each one.
And then our buddy fucking Hanks, Jeff Foxworthy, comes in and is just like, this isn't part of the house. And suddenly everyone's like, oh my God.
Dude, okay. I honestly was going to ask you if I missed something, because literally every character to this point has been like, this isn't part of the act, and
Correct.
Everybody's fine. And then this guy comes in and says the same thing, and they all stampede towards the door, like trampling each other.
They play like a dance party beat. Everyone's running around like lunatics. And by the way, this is the person you'd believe the least. And even the way he says it is the least believable part, which is like, this isn't part of the house. What does that even mean? Everyone would be more confused, being like, wait, what does that mean? But they all run away like lunatics. And then somehow Hanks obtains a flamethrower.
Dude, how?
How and why would he choose a flamethrower of all weapons, which he also somehow uses to cut through a chain link fence, which makes no sense. He's like,
well, that makes almost as little sense as that's how he frees the guy from the noose. The guy who's being hung. We watch him just burn it. Dude, that guy would have died because it took him so long. We watching him try to burn it, and it's taking forever. It's a thick rope.
Dude, this guy has been being hung for the last like 15 minutes. He's been hanging there while he's trying to
just pull him down, like lift him up, like do something. Fucking lighting it on fire.
Dude, which would 100% burn his hair and face. Like this guy would be way worse.
I know. Fucking murdering him.
Yeah, dude, he flamethrowers the rope and he falls and then is like, oh God, thank God. Brother, you'd be brain dead. That's insane. He also saves Mel, who I thought had bled out, but he frees her and she's like, I mean, she's dying, but like she's still alive, which is alarming. And Kirk is still alive in his electric chair. So that's very odd.
Yeah.
But he saves them all. The cops show up. But that doesn't matter because the cop's like, I'm going in, and then runs into the house. And then Eddie just fucking plows through the barn in his fucking shitbox van, his fucking Dumb and Dumber dog van.
Still wearing the dog van. And he's still wearing the mask, too.
Still wearing a fucking mask. He leaves his shitbox van. He even pops the cops' tires on his way out so they can't chase him. But guess what? That doesn't fucking matter. Kirk, who is, with his dying girlfriend, she's on her last breath. She's bleeding out. She's had her wrist slit the right way, even like they did it the right way, right? To kill somebody. And Kirk says to her, "You're going to be fine, Mel." And then proceeds to try to run down the van on foot. And
which by the way, he successfully does at first.
He does.
Takes a shortcut and cuts off the van.
Which he also gets hit by the van after he cuts them off. The van hits him.
Cuts it off and stands in front of it. Which this is right before he hits him. This is where we get the face reveal.
Yeah, the face reveal that they're like dun 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 and
I wanted to mention during these kills. Did you notice they were just using the Halloween score of when Michael shows up? Like the
no, really?
They're using it over and over again.
That's incredible. But yeah, Kirk chases down a car on foot, and by the way, Eddie's hauling ass in that van. Like he is driving.
Yeah.
And fucking Kirk is running him down on foot. And he gets clipped by the car. So you're like, oh, there's nothing's going to happen now. Now he certainly can't stop Eddie. But he recovers. He stands up. And not only does he get Eddie, he takes one shot at the van with a shotgun, where
did he get that?
He pulled it from the cop car.
Okay.
However,
I missed that.
However, I think people forget how shotguns work because, I mean, this scene makes no sense, period. But if it was a rifle, we're talking, we could make some sense of it. Not like a bird shot fucking scattering shotgun. Like, that's not gonna pierce a gas tank, right? Like in a giant
also, the car's like half a mile
away.
Already.
Like, you're not getting distance with a fucking shotgun. Like, not to break this totally apart, but it's so fucking funny to me because he pulls out a shotgun. The car's so far away from him. He takes a single shot and the car turns into the biggest fireball I've ever seen.
Explodes.
It is the biggest explosion I've ever seen in a movie.
Like nuclear.
There's nothing remaining of the car. Like, you could see through the car in certain points.
Correct. and you watch the car, like, because they obviously lit this car on fire. You watch it just rolling off the road into
Forever.
like a ditch, just burning. Yeah,
dude, you watch that van roll for so long. It's actually kind of crazy. The van rolls like
which actually adds to the funniness of the ending because fun fact, that is the ending. You're watching the van roll and you're like, all right, where's Eddie? Like, where's he gonna pop out? And then the credits just start rolling. Like, oh, Eddie's fucking dead. which makes a comment of opening it up for a sequel. That guy's fucking dead. That is the most lit on fire car I've ever seen in my entire life.
Eddie's dead, and we don't even know the fate of our friends, but I'm pretty sure most of them are dead also.
Dude, it is the least wrapped up movie I've ever seen. And like we said in the beginning, it seems like they didn't really have a script. And at some point, they were just filming, and somebody was like, so, you know we have to end this somehow, right? They're just like, all right, let's just light this car on fire and call it a day.
You know we have to end this at some point. Hey, did anyone write the last few pages? Like, I feel like they showed up to set and he's like, listen, I'm keeping the end a secret from you guys. And they're probably like, oh, sick. Like, final day of shooting, and he's like, oh, fuck.
I knew I forgot something.
Who was supposed to write that? Hey, Kirk, I thought you were writing those last few pages. No, Joe, no? All right. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can muster up.
No, bro, I got the electric chair.
Dude, giving somebody the electric chair in your house is the funniest shit. Oh, that's Hauntedween. I'm changing my mind. You should definitely watch it.
I think I am too.
And honestly, like, I think, like, it's a strong... I feel like there's a strong, like, boy. It was just a little mishandled, but I think it's a great idea.
For super low budget
right.
amateur movies, you could do a lot worse. Like, this is like the same budget and experience as Dead Body Man, and it's not even close in enjoyment factor.
That's actually a great point. And like 10 years earlier, right? Like 1990, 2000. Yeah, like 10 years earlier. So like they even had better access to things in the 2000s. Like, honestly, wait, did you even look up the budget for this? I mean, I'm sure it's not listed anywhere, but
I did not. I didn't look up.
I didn't see anything on this. So like, it's really, this is out there, guys. Like, this is not something. So I'm looking forward to, fucking Joe Bob doing it on his next special and everyone talking about how great this fucking movie is. It'll be fucking fun. That'll really cheer me up. So looking forward.
I can actually see this being played on Joe Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. What did fucking David Gordon Green make everyone watch? I didn't see the episode, but
Angel.
Come on, guys. What are we doing here? I'm just trying to find anything about this. And there's just nothing, dude. It's so low budget. It's so wonderful. It really just embodies that like low budget horror. And I think Like, it's so hard to like criticize it when like these guys probably put everything into it.
They did. And like I said, there are low budget movies that deserve to get made fun of. You can 100% make fun of this. It's not a well-made film in any aspect. But we've done like Muck is so much worse than this. Yeah.
That's actually a great point. Like that's actually like a really good point. It's something like Muck, which was made fucking, what year was that made in? Like
the 2000s, right?
Yeah, for sure. 2015, Joe.
Oh wow, okay.
That's insane.
Well,
that's
no fucking excuse.
Unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Because this movie gives you like enjoyment, and even during the moments where it drags, you're at least looking forward. There's like this setup. I guess that's the difference, right? There's a setup in this where you're like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They've teased you with enough shitty gore at the beginning that you're like, ooh, I am so excited. I'm so excited to see what this idiot does. Like,
yeah. Ton of filler, but you are interested, and some of the kills are worth it.
Yeah, and it moves. Like, you're not, I wasn't like, I wasn't dreading it. There's movies where I check like the time, like I'll like pause it and be like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'll do that like 18 times in a movie sometimes. And this one was not, I don't think I even checked it once, because I was like, I think I only checked it to be like, wait, how much time is left? Like, I was actually confused that there was so little time left.
Sure. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, yeah, A+. Remember when Muck was, what was Muck? Muck was part 2 of a trilogy or something?
Yeah. Of a trilogy where 1 and 3 weren't made.
Or asked for.
Assholes. Fucking ridiculous.
Dude, the horror genre fucking rocks. Oh, I did have something else I wanted to talk about. And we'll wrap this episode up. All right. I have something to announce and say.
Ooh, okay.
I'm an island boy.
Jeez.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, it's Fly Soldier. He's a fucking idiot.
Insane. Anyway, that's not what I have to say. What I have to say is I've rewatched Terrifier.
Ooh, I saw you put it on the Plex.
My opinion.
I didn't know the reason for it.
My opinion has changed.
Wow. All right. We're back on board, baby. It's good, man. It's good.
I still take a few issues with fucking Fart the Clown, but
I mean, look at him.
But I do like it. I like it a lot more now. I like it a lot more. And also, I love that they introduced the supernatural element in the first one to set up for a second one that I think will be significantly better than this one.
Okay.
That's what I think. I'm hoping. Because they like...
Hey.
He's very much a real person in this one. And like, honestly, my biggest issue is him carrying around that fucking gun. That bothers me so much. And I know it's insane, but like, it just pisses me the fuck off that he's just carrying that fucking Glock. Like, if he picks it up from somebody, that would be one thing. But the fact that it's like, he's just like, he's got like a permit to carry it, like fucking pisses me off so bad. But I watched it. Listen, all the people that are mad at me about not liking Terrifier, I get it. It's solid. It's a solid flick.
All right.
I enjoy it.
I like it. What an announcement.
I'm coming back to fucking Fart the Clown. He's a fucking scary looking guy too. I gotta be.
Call him Fart the Clown. We're almost 40.
Also, pretty sure I picked that up from you.
I know that's me.
Yeah, that is definitely you coming out in me. Because I think that's the funniest name to call him. Calling him
so mature. Then speaking of farts, we should we don't have to, because this is a long episode, but we gotta call Paul and talk about Paul Dana.
It's on my list. I have it here. Are we doing it on the live show or the regular show?
It doesn't matter.
I feel like we should do it on the live I think we should do it on both. That's what I think we should do.
You want to do it on both? Oh, so okay. I mean, how do you want to do it? Since the live show's next week, maybe we should like give a preview or just wrap it up and
a preview of the story.
Yeah, or like run through it and then get Paul's take on the live. You
know. Ooh, fuck. I feel like we should bait people in. I feel like there might be people that would pay to hear the Paul Dano story. Dude, I think we all just need to be on it. And maybe even I'll just like clip it from the live show and put it into our next the next episode we do after it.
I like it.
We'll be like, hey, here's the moment Paul talked about Paul Dano. Us and Paul talked. I just think it's like the funny. I could not believe it when you told me. I was like, wait, what are you saying? You're like, hey, remember that time Paul said this to Paul Dano? And I was like, is this a joke? Like, wait, what are you saying to me? Like, how did Paul say that to Paul Dano? And then you were like, yeah, me and Paul Dano and Paul like hung out for a while. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? The most insane story. We're a movie podcast. This has never been brought up once.
I mean, to be fair, so I've had 3 encounters with Paul Dano. There's no way he remembers any of them except for maybe the Paul one, only because it probably like terrified him.
It's just so crazy. It's just such a crazy thing to like we've talked about everything. We've talked about like meeting fucking what's his name, Phil Anselmo. We've talked about every encounter we could, and then like you just dropped on me in a text casually. Like, yeah, remember when Paul said this to Paul Dano? I honestly thought it was a joke, like that you were gonna be like, oh,
yeah, because we talk about because he's the Riddler in the new Batman movie, and I think he's gonna be great. But yeah.
And you were like, yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, Paul probably said something to somebody that looked like Paul Dano, or like,
no.
And I was like, that's got to be what this story is. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying. And then you told me, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, you know how me and Paul used to hang out with Paul Dano. What? Oh, God. But anyway, tune into our live show. This Friday, it's not a Saturday night show, Friday night, October 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about Teen Witch. Hopefully Paul shows up so we could talk about Paul Dano. I have a feeling Paul will be like, oh, guys, I'm in fucking Colorado. And then call in anyway at 11 and discuss it. So, excited to do that, though. Teen Witch is...
We got to do a live show in person.
Dude, when I was in Salem, that's all I could think about. And, you know, our friends there were like, you need to do a live show in person again. And I was like, we are going to for sure. 2022 is going to be the year, though, because everything was like overbooked this year. Like every con, everything was like, yeah, they're like honoring shit from 2020 still.
Yeah. So
I think 2022 is going to be the year where it's like, they're back on track and we'll be able to squeeze.
Well, also, I just meant like the 3 of us, like get Paul like all in the same room and do it too.
Oh, that? Oh my God. No, that we're going to do that for, I think we talked about doing that for November and December.
Okay.
Because November, we're talking about doing potentially a Thanksgiving fucking episode. Live show. And
I would assume nothing less.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Even though we already did it.
Have Tina make us like a fucking buffet so we can eat on camera and be pissed.
Oh, fuck yeah. We can all be in the sunroom in here.
Yeah, and just
she would honestly love that. It'd make turkey themed food.
Right, exactly. Like it would be great. Do that. And then in December we're talking about doing a free one.
Yes.
I forget what it is, though.
Not another teen movie.
Oh, not another teen movie. Holy shit. Yes. So we're going to do not another teen movie in December, and that'll be free for everyone to come join us and watch that as a little Christmas present. Because I'm so excited. I haven't seen that in years, and it's legit one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
And all our fans know how we feel about it. So.
Yeah. We won't shut up.
How was this our like longest episode? I was just looking down and be like, man, I'm kind of fucking drunk.
We did an hour. On Patreon, so
okay.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's no Halloween Kills, but
Was that long?
yeah, it was like over 2 hours long for that episode. And we did a Patreon. So we recorded for like 3.5 hours that night. All right. So anyway, guys, so buy tickets, IHateHorror.com. They're there. You could also pre-order the merch there at IHateHorror.com. I think you could go to store.IHateHorror.com and shop.IHateHorror.com. The live show is we'll give away a prize. I have some of the prize here. I'm going to look for something else to give you guys, but best costume we're going to give a prize to and send that out to you guys. So come on in, dress up. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll bring you on camera. And if you don't want to be on camera, but you want to show us your costume, I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
That's fair.
Just DM us. Just DM us during the show your costume, and we'll take it into consideration. I will post the picture during the live show, but so if you don't want your face or anything on that, I understand, and just crop that out before you send it to me because I'm gonna be too drunk to do that.
Yeah, no, we don't want to pressure anybody. But no shame. I don't want to be on fucking camera in my costume.
Yeah, no one wants to be on fucking camera. Yeah. Anyway.
I posted that picture on Instagram of there's like a cartoon wearing a ghost outfit, but they cut out the boobs, so the boobs are hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
Telling Tina that's gonna be my costume, and she's getting so annoyed with me.
Wait, that's honestly fucking genius.
Making everyone see no part of me except for my tits on the live show.
That is honestly my favorite thing I've ever heard. Popping tits out. Everyone would be like,
imagine paying to see somebody. Just you can see no part of them except for that.
Oh my god. All right. That's great. I fucking love that so much. And that's it. And congratulations to Abby. I don't want to. I feel like I should not give out full names.
Just say Abby.
And just Abby S for winning the t-shirt contest that Reagan ran on our Instagram. Got to follow us on Instagram at I Hate Horror. She's doing some wonderful stuff over there. She's really great, and I appreciate that. And she came up with this t-shirt giveaway, and Abby won it. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I wish I would have ever thought of that once. Well, dude, I think we did it for like our first run of t-shirts ever. And Stacey Beth won it back then. And now she's like a friend.
Lifer.
She's a friend, man.
She is.
Love Stacey. So
plug her. She has her own podcast.
Oh fuck, she does.
Check them out. Avoid fainting.
You're good, man. I don't remember shit.
Damn right.
I don't remember fucking shit. I was going to have to pull that. To Avoid Fainting, check her out. And they do some horror stuff, and they probably a more intellectual conversation than us. But listen, that's not saying a lot. We're calling Art the Clown Fart the Clown. So, so what you get? This is what you get here. All right, guys. I'm fucking wine drunk right now. That's it. Facebook.com/IHateHorror, IHateHorror.com. You can buy the tickets, buy the merch. Appreciate you all so much. And Patreon.com/IHateHorror if you want to join us there. If you're in the Mangle Expert tier, you get into the live show for free. So we'll be doing that. So if you want to hop on over there and join us, that's a good way to do it. And you'll get access to all of our bonus episodes. I think we're at 40 for the year or something. We did so many. It's insane. It's fucking nuts.
Wait, we did 40 live episodes?
No.
Is that what you're trying to say?
No, 40 bonus eps.
Oh.
We've done like live episodes.
I was like, wait a second. We only do one a month.
Just doing them without you. Just not letting you know. All right. That's it, guys. Joe, where can they find you?
Instagram, Boognish1985.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks to Joe for doing the show with me, as always. And for Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.
I dissect movies all fucking day.
I wanna play.
I'm gonna watch what I'm not supposed to watch.
Dismember.
A fucking zombie getting sliced and diced.